All right, Nation, really appreciate you all for jumping in and being part of the conversation with the coffee time for your mind. Now, here's what we're going to talk about. Micah Parson. I know. A lot of people will not talk about this all through the TMZs, the Undisputed First Take, ESPN and beyond. They would not talk about this, but he bought his mom a house. And of course, with $17 million that he got with his first contract, it should be a nice and beautiful home. But that is what we want to hear, the positive news about these players. And we know negativity sells. On another positive note, Dez Bryant, he's doing a documentary. Shout out to Dez. Wonderful information for us to hear. A documentary from Dez Bryant point of view. I can't wait to watch that documentary. On top of that is the documentary leading up to the catch, no catch, which was a catch, which we were all right, by the way. And I can't wait to hear and see that documentary. Now, he did mention on a tweet that it's hard for him to watch the highlights of Marion the Barbarian, one of the better running backs that we had during his time frame. War number 24, by the way, but he's going down at Lowdown. He's in the trenches right now, and it's a horrible situation to be in. So let's put our hands together and pray for the brother Marion the Barbarian. The first beast mode, by the way, because man, one of the greatest runs I ever seen the Barbarian to do, the Marion the Barbarian, was against the Patriots. It was for like, I believe, a 1 or 2 yard gain. But man, he knocked this guy out the way. He was in the, it could have been a safety, but he knocked this other guy out the way, and he was able to get to the edge and scoop and get upfield. Marion the Barbarian, the truth. Now, let's get into the camp battles. Yes, training camp is right around the corner. They will be putting on pads, I believe, on the 28th, but they will be going through the formalities of training camp this week. I believe they flying out to Oxnard. Some of the players are already there. Shout out to them that's already there. Some of the veterans, I believe, they know how to get there a little bit sooner to survey the land and make sure everything is good where they at. So the battles that I will be looking for, of course, DBs. That's including safety and cornerbacks, by the way. And we can say that Nashawn Wright and Boss Man Fat, that will be a battle for one of those cornerback slots. You know how that thing go. Is it like, dare I say, Orlando Skandrick and Mike Jenkins? Guys, remember that battle back in the days? Those two going fisticuff for a position. Of course, Jenkins won, but Orlando Skandrick was the guy that survived. I guess you know how that thing goes. One survived, the other one didn't. And I think Jenkins went to the Raiders. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. And he had a decent career. I think one or two games there, decent, and then he kind of faded and drifted off. Orlando Skandrick played for many of years with the Dallas Cowboys since then. So there goes to show you that it doesn't matter where you was drafted, it's how you finish. And I think that Jenkins was drafted before Orlando Skandrick. So I'm not saying that that's the picture that we're going to see this training camp, because those are two different skill sets. I think that Nashawn Wright as well as Bossman Fat skill set as it relates to cornerback is better than what we've seen out of Mike Jenkins as well as Orlando Skandrick coming out of college. That's just me. That's just my observation. I could be 1,000,000% wrong. Now, the other battle we'll be looking for will be the old classic, Anthony Brown versus Jordan Lewis. You can say that it's not one, but there will be a battle, however you want to look at it, because I believe that although we're talking about all of this hype stuff about, hey, Jordan Lewis will be doing this and Anthony Brown, he's been leading in minicamp and these sorts, but training camp is here now, baby. Newsflash, a couple of weeks ago, Rashard Robinson, remember him? The radio station and everybody that was reporting said, hey, Rashard Robinson making plays. Can you guys tell me where Rashard Robinson is at right now? I mean, he's on his way out, right? He's packing up all of his stuff, trying to leak footages of the Cowboys practices and these sorts of things, saying that, hey, I was balling, I was doing my deal, but he's a little bitter with that. That's just how it goes. So battles will be battles, and media will pump up media, but I will be looking, I will be watching, I will be hearing, my ears to the ground of the Cowboys information on Anthony Brown versus Jordan Lewis. Those two camp battles there, I can't wait to see how that thing unfolds. Another battle, Cowboy Nation. Well, this is really not a battle, but it's an observation that we're going to be looking at. I think his name is J-Ron Curse, of course. And then my dark horse, Tyler Cole, y'all. That's my dark horse. But that will be a situation that I will be looking at as it relates to that safety role. DeMonte KZ, everybody knows that he's more of a free. They better not put him inside that box. And then you got Donovan, get down, beat you down, Wilson. He will be wearing number 6, by the way. And reason why I'm leaning more on the defensive side as it relates to the battlings, because the defense is where we really need to figure this thing out. Offense, I believe the young Kellen Moore will still get this offense up in the ups of top 5, top 4. One can argue could be the number 1 offense in the NFL for the 2021 season, right? If everybody stay afloat, I just don't see this offense regression or being anywhere less than top 5. That's just my observation from when Kellen Moore was coaching this thing up from the offensive coordinator. He do still have his warts. I'm not trying to crown Kellen Moore. I'm not trying to say that he's the best thing since sliced bread. He still got his warts. Some people go back and forth with me and say, nah, Law, he pretty good in all categories. No. He still got his warts. And, you know, we ain't finna crown him right now. Give it time. Give it time. Do not crown him. And please don't crucify me for speaking my mind, right? But back to the defensive side of the coin. Defense is where we really need to earn everything, because last season we know that defense win championships, by the way, but defense last season was on the bottom end, and it is not the fault of the players, but they hold some of that stuff with it, right? As far as playing through the echoes of the whistle, and on top of that, just knowing your assignment, not playing hero ball. You can't be this person saying that, hey, it's all on me or nothing. No. It's 11 people on defense for a reason. And you got to play with consistency and the battling of those positions. As it relates to safety, I think KZ will be your starting free safety. And when we go over to the strong safety suit, it would have to be, and I'm saying that not casually, it have to be Donovan Wilson. Yeah, all of the other guys, they can compete. Israel Mukramu, which he's better at free safety, by the way. You better not put him inside the box as well. And on top of that, the Tyler Cole, and as well as is there Darian Thompson still on this team? Y'all let me know. Darian Thompson, and if he's starting and Donovan Wilson is on the bench, I wouldn't know what to do with myself as it relates to the strong safety. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I would just sit back and just watch this thing all folds from here. Not gonna say unfolds, but I just sit back and watch it folds from here, right? Now, of course, Diggs. I don't want the Cowboys organization to say, hey, here's a nice and comfortable bed for you, Trayvon Diggs. Just sleep as comfortable as possible. No. They better light a fire and put it up under his you-know-what, too. The iron sharpen iron, steel sharpen steel. You should never be comfortable, especially on this defense. Now, as far as the linebacking situation and scenario, one can argue that is probably already cemented in. Jalen Smith, who Jerry Wine Jones said that he is the cornerstone of the defense. I'm not going to sit here and beat on my chest and say, well, there's somebody that got the cojones to say, no, Jerry, no, Jerry. He's not. I don't think that somebody will walk in that room and say that. However, They can move him over as the Sam linebacker. Keep Parson, if he wins out that role, which I think he will, keep Parson as the Mike, and as your will linebacker, it will be Vander Esch, who's fighting for a contract, so you know how that goes. And then you kick in on certain packages, Keanu Neal. And keep this in mind, keep this in your mental capacity, that Keanu Neal himself, he's not this guy that's above approach as it relates to, hey, he's not this guy that's not injury prone himself. So we got to make sure that we cautiously move this thing through. And one of my dogs over there, Jabril Cox, you know that he's fighting for a role in this system. Now, if you remove politics aside, if you move all of the political stuff to the side, put it on a shelf by itself, and you say, hey, can Jabril Cox beat out Vander Esch? Don't you guys know what I'm talking about? Don't you guys understand the words that's coming out of my beard, basically? This is the situation. If the Cowboys are able to remove all politics and let these guys play and see who's the best, man, that would be wonderful. But what I'm really saying, Cowboy Nation, I just named all of these position battles, and it's all about competition. In the past, we didn't have those levels of competition in every tier, and I'm not even talking about the defensive line. That's going to be a whole nother episode. We're going to talk about the defensive line on a whole nother episode. But speaking of that, post me your thoughts, post me your concerns heading into training camp. Maybe we'll do a part 2 and we'll talk about the defensive line battle, because that's a whole different situation, because there's the interior, then those edges you got to talk about as well. And that is the main core to help this defense out, collectively speaking. And shout out to Dan Quinn. We're going to have to talk about that and the defensive front. If you like what you heard so far, hit that like button, smash it, and subscribe to this channel. And sharing is caring. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. Let's go.